remember to fill in all your holes, however we do it.
Yeah.
G'day folks, this is the Coffee Bush Kid in Central Vic, and today we are going to do something a little interesting. I'm at an old house site on the edges of a notable town, and over up there I've had my first New Guinea shilling. I've got threepences out of the ground. Petey Uwa and I found religious medallions and everything like that, and usually I discriminate rather heavily around here because there's just so much rubbish turning you into the wind. Used to be a house here, it burnt down, but a friend of mine around home there said that he and his family used to live here when he was a little kid. His brother used to love marbles and used to play with marbles all the time. I don't know whether he lost any marbles, but today's little exercise, you see the 2 bricks there? There's another 2 bricks there. What I'm going to do, this is sort of like a cross between an archaeological dig and detecting with a pinpointer. We're going to probably give it about an hour between those 4 bricks, and we're going to just dig everything and see what the pinpointer comes out with. There'll be a lot of bifines, there'll be a lot of iron. Hopefully I can find a marble so that we can give it to my mate and he can give it back to his brother. But Viv's over there setting up a tripod. She's going to be doing third-person-y stuff. I'm going to be digging, and we'll just see what comes out of the ground. Oh, see that, sister? Gloves. I'm wearing them today. There's glass everywhere in here, as you can see. Glass, there'll be crockery. Here's some stuff I pulled out ages ago. So we're in, there's going to be lots and lots of stuff here. So anyway, let's get into it and see what we find. It's a nice little byproduct. Cool. I I think I found a jet bead. Yep. One jet bead. All beautifully faceted. That's cool. You can see all the little facets on it. So that's pretty nice. Usually the jet beads were Victorian mourning wear, and as the old saying goes, no one does mourning like the Victorians. So we'll put that one in the case and keep going. Part of a little button or something. Keep going. They are the combs of a shear. They're a wide shear, not a narrow one. So there was some shearing machine here, or shearing machine apparatus. There we go. That is an old salt cellar or something of the like, and that's complete. A nice Bakelite lid on the end of that would be absolutely brilliant. Big thick piece of glass. How's that for a spike? So these are all just interesting things that I normally wouldn't get because I've discriminated out big chunks of iron. There's just so much stuff here. But yeah, if you're happy enough just to have a play and a go through, check everything now and then with the pinpointer. You'll be amazed at what comes out. Wouldn't surprise me if we get a coin, but I am still looking for a marble. And whether that was from a rocker, who knows? That's the perforated plate that could well have been used in it. Piece of mining history. A mother of... That is. That's a mother of pearl button. You can see the glisteniness of it, and that is a proper buttonary term, glisteniness. Now I more than likely would not have picked that out with the detector because there's just so much stuff there. Not half sure that's not silver. It's probably the top of a purse or handbag or something. That's beautiful. Looks like it's had a couple of scrapes by someone with a really 3-pronged scraper, but anyway, it may just be aluminium, but I think that's worth taking home and having a check of. It's a bit pretty. More complete comb for your shearing your sheep.
Using candlelight to dance with your disguise.
Some sort of framework. Don't know what of.
You never care enough to try and choke them.
Another shearing comb. Finding quite a few of those.
Even the stars aren't out tonight.
Another one again.
It's all been said and done. You can't help but wonder why. You gotta break a few.
That is a washer out of a tap.
To find someone who makes you want.
Bolt for us.
If you could do it all again, there's not a thing that you would change. You gotta break a few good hearts along the way. You stood toe to toe with every doubt you had.
Bakelite one. Cool. It's a cool brown Bakelite button. And you can tell it's Bakelite, A, by its look, but B, if you rub it really, really hard and then smell your fingers, it'll smell of heated up formaldehyde. Nearly as good as wild silver. And that'll keep off gassing for all its life. But that's a cool little button. Actually, just on the subject of Bakelite, it was patented by Leo Bakelite in 1907. So if you happen to be out and about in the antique shops or the op shops and someone happens to say, oh, this is a piece of Victorian Bakelite, well, you should be able to sniff a bit of something wrong in the air because it was after Victorian times. And Bakelite is phenolic resin in the presence of heat and pressure, which is how it is actually made. It's a thermosetting plastic, which means that it doesn't deform and so forth, and it's good for electrical products as they used to do. But they've done everything from buttons all the way up to coffins. Interesting to dig one of those up made out of Bakelite. Anyway, we'll keep going.
Slow you down. When you've come this far, the pain ain't all that bad. You gotta break a few good hearts.
That is part of the mechanism for the shear. I can't even remember its full name. For shearing sheep, these will be on the other end of the mechanism. This helps with the drive and being able to shear the sheep. So that's what that is.
You gotta break a few good hearts along the way.
Bakelite button.
Now there's nowhere left to run.
I wonder how many of these we'll have by day's end.
Tonight, when it's all been said and done, you can't help but wonder why. You gotta break a few good hearts along the way to find someone who makes you wanna stay.
How lucky are we? Look at that. A horseshoe. That's a very, very narrow bloody hoof. But certainly had a lot of wear. You can see there at the front. Anyway, always an interesting find. We're a bit over halfway through, and I'm actually fairly lucky because this is all semi-original stuff here, and you can see the layer of, if I did that you'd see it better, the layer of soil there. So once I get down to all this bloody gravelly stuff, everything's sort of settled itself out. So I actually haven't got too much to dig through. We're over halfway through the there's a little hinge part through the between the four bricks, but we'll keep going and see what else we can find, and then put everything make everything look a little bit more decent instead of just a great big gaping hole. This is just a little by and by. You see the design on the bottom of this broken bottle. They used to have those on ships. They would have these cut marks in the bottoms. And what they would actually do, from my understanding and what I've been told, is that you would sort of wet the table a bit on a ship as it was travelling through the sea there, and you could put your decanter down, or actually the bottoms of glasses used to have these cut marks in them as well, and they would, you know, you could sort of rub them a bit, and it would be like a suction for them, so that they could stick and stay there as the ship was moving around. Like the contents would slosh a little bit, but the actual decanters and the glasses would actually stay where they were supposed to be. Now I hope none of you suffer from motion sickness, because we still want you to keep watching to the end. But that's why, from my understanding, why they used to have these cut marks. This is just a printed design in the mould, in the bottoms of glasses and decanters and the like, to stop them from falling off the table. So there's a little bit for you. Well, we're nearly at the end. I actually thought I might have found a little bit more than what we did. We still haven't found our marble, but as soon as I get up to here and fill it all back in and make it look a bit nicer, we'll go through the finds as to what we actually did find. All our little finds of the area that we've dug, which was probably, let's say, 10 foot long by 4 foot wide. I thought I would have actually used my pinpointer a bit more, but there's just so much stuff in the ground, it was just going off its face. So we just scraped gently, did an eyes only type of dig. But we found some, well, an amazing array of things. You know, big pieces of steel like we thought we were going to find. There's a handle there, the big bolts. Look at all the combs for the shearing hand piece. And we even found that, which is also for the hand piece as well, which there's a drive shaft goes down through there and connects to it. So we've got the big wide combs, we've got the little smaller pieces for it. There's a lot of them there. We were lucky enough to find a horseshoe. We found some good, well, that was a nice little bottle, and told you about the base of the bottles and why they're cut like that. But probably the best finds, I like my Bakelite buttons. They would have been off a coat. So they're a pretty cool find. A really cool find was my jet bead. That's coming home with us. That's a cool thing. It's a bit of a shame I didn't find a marble for Brian's brother, but it's probably good that he didn't lose any either, or we were just in the wrong spot. So there was that. And the other thing is this, and I said, oh, you know, it might be silver. Well, I've actually just found the hallmarks in it. So that is one complete piece of silver. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with it apart from take it home. There's a little bit of weight to it, might get melted down, might do something decorative with it, I don't know. Silver nonetheless, we found it in the ground. So, it's an interesting little exercise you can do when you find a rubbishy, piley area that you think, nah, I could spend an hour here just mucking around. You know, it wasn't overly hard digging except for the buddy knees. But we found some interesting stuff. Thanks for tagging along with me. Well, you can see that we've re-levelled and recovered over the ground again, so unless you had a really keen eye, you probably wouldn't notice that we'd dug here. But yeah, always do. Well, in actual fact, it's always good to fill in some of your day detecting, but remember to fill in all your holes when you're finished, even if you've just been scratching around. We'll catch you next time.